caused it, right? The initial reports blame market panic on the tariff announcements, but I truly don't think that that's what played a role. The timing of the tariff announcements definitely helped, but there was something kind of going on behind the scenes that almost makes me think that this sell-off, this insane liquidation probably would have happened no matter what. And the reason is this. So the puzzling aspect of the crash centers on three specific assets that experienced catastrophic price collapses, but only on Binance. So you have USDE, which is Athena, right? It's a synthetic stablecoin. It fell to 65 cents. Then you have Wrapped ETH. It crashed to $430, which is 90% below ETH's value. And then you have Wrapped Sol, right? It's like the BNB version of Ethereum, and the BNB version of Solana plummeted to $34 on Binance. And so if you think about like how these exchanges work, right? Like if you have, back when FTX was around, you have Binance, you have Bybit, you have Mexi, you have all these exchanges that let you put down collateral for your trades that is just USDT. It used to be that you could put Bitcoin down and then kind of USDT and that was it. But how most people trade now on Binance and a lot of other exchanges is they'll take an asset like Wrapped ETH or Wrapped Solana, and they can hold their Solana and then also buy other coins like Hype, or also buy other coins like Pump Fund, right? And that's just how a ton of people trade. So imagine a scenario where Pump Fund and ETH and Solana and Bitcoin are all flat. And let's say you're only levered up 1 or 2x, right? You barely have any leverage, but you're buying Pump, you're buying all these other coins. If Wrapped ETH and Wrapped Solana drop 90% instantly, it means that all of a sudden you're levered like 100x, even though the other coins haven't dropped. And so what happens is like, let's say you have $1 million, right? You have $1 million worth of Pump, $1 million worth of Zcash, $1 million worth of Hype, and you're using Wrapped ETH as your collateral. If Wrapped ETH falls to $400, all of a sudden you're levered up like 20x, you get liquidated, and imagine how many other people get liquidated just off that. And so it really seems like this Binance announcement, which came, they basically said they were going to change how they were using these wrapped pairs and how they would use collateral, right? It kind of suggests that someone was able to figure that out and just attacked those assets, right? And so they shorted Bitcoin, they shorted other things. And it was like, I don't know if it was inside information, I don't know if it was lucky, but it seems like they kind of used the Trump announcement as fuel. But the reality is based on like how these things actually happened on Binance, it looks like this would have happened no matter what, right? Like just one stable coin, and then Wrapped ETH and Wrapped Sol dropping 90% is going to liquidate so many traders that all the other coins will come down. And then when you combine it with a negative headline, that's when you get what we just saw. So the only reason I'm pointing this out is because a couple days ago or over the weekend, if you were watching crypto prices and you got bearish, how could coins drop 90%? This is all a scam. How is anyone buy? Who's going to buy after this? The reality is the coins, yes, they did wick down 90%, but it really just comes down to Binance having a rule change and a group of traders figuring it out and figuring out that they could profit by liquidating everyone. And so it's like the picture really hasn't changed at all for the bull market or for crypto or for anything like that. It's just, it's kind of messed up that they were able to pull it off, but it just reminds me of like, we've had these events in the past, and this isn't really like a COVID crash. This isn't really like a Luna, there's DeFi that's breaking. This isn't really like that at all. It's more just, there was probably a very sharp or a very smart group of